Reinventing yourself is literally your birthright. Not only can you, but you should, because that's exactly what it takes for you to get to the next phase that you're looking to go to. And if you feel a calling to change, that's because you are more than unhappy to stay where you currently are and not make moves forward. And as someone who in the past few years has moved to Costa Rica, Italy, and now Vegas, I'm gonna be showing you how I've been reinventing myself for these new phases in my life and how it's always been attracting me to something better down the road. Now, before we even figure out where we wanna go and how we wanna change, you need to understand where you currently are now. So you wanna analyze, in our lives, we have like this wheel of all of these different areas. Like running your life is like running a business. So you have your social life, you have your career, your relationship with yourself, your health. We have all of these different areas, and you should write down on each one where you're currently at. Are you happy with it? So you can analyze what the problem actually is and in what ways you actually even want to change yourself. Are you like, hey, I'm unhappy in every area of your life, I need a complete new rebrand? Or are you like, hey, there's like one or two areas that is really my weak spot right now and I strongly want to be focusing on? So once you start identifying what it is, who you want to be, what the final destination actually looks like for you, who you want to become, it's going to be clear to build a path there. Or else it's like, I want to reinvent myself, and it's like, where are you even going? For me personally, I knew the habits that I had did not match up to the ambitions and dreams that I have. I'm like, I'm going to accomplish boom, 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 all of these things. And yet I wasn't taking control of my time. I wasn't taking care of my health. I wasn't reading, I wasn't educating myself. And how the heck am I going to live an extraordinary life if I have average habits? So for me, that's where I started. I'm like, okay, right now I have all this big talk, but I'm an average person. So right now, how do we get there? And start defining what that means for you. Once you've defined it clearly and specifically who it is that you want to be in this next phase of your life, embody them. What type of habits do they have? Do they wake up early or do they wake up late? Do they go to the gym or not? Do they walk past the mirror and say, ugh, you don't look good today? Or do they walk past the mirror like, damn, girl, you're looking good. Like, like get that energy flowing. Like I couldn't even do this video sitting down because I need you to feel the energy that you want to be embodying. I mean, not like my energy, but whatever your energy is for you. Do you want to be passionate about life and fulfilled? Do you want to learn to be more calm and not as reactive to the world around you? Okay, so you need to get into the mindset that person has. In the book, Growth Mindset, I absolutely adore it because even down to the way you walk, they're like, walk as the person that you want to be. Like, are you gonna walk sluggish or are you gonna be like whenever I try to consciously think about this, whenever I walk into a room, I wanna walk with confidence so that I know who I am, so that when I show up to a meeting or anything, I don't have to, I'm doing this for the first time, I'm being confident for the first time. Like, no, I've been doing that. I've been that girl. So what you want to be doing is all of these different moments of life, you want to already act as the person that you want to be so that all of this is practice, so that when you get to the game, when you get to whatever it is that's really challenging you, that's really going to be like, this is the biggest obstacle I really have to overcome, you're ready because you have these thoughts already in your head. You have these actions. The habits are all there. It makes it easier for you. You need to tap in. You can't be like, I want to be rich one day. Yay! What? First off, what does being rich mean to you? Second off, how do you plan on doing that? Third off, do you feel like your habits, your mindset is all aligned to that? Or do you feel like people who make money are evil? Because if you do, and if you have that mindset, it's really not consistent with where you're trying to go. So you need to unpack all of that. Understand the habits that you currently have and start to slowly move towards the habits of the person that you want to be. And again, we can start big and we can be like, okay, you went from not going to the gym to going like 3 times a week. Woo! And we can start small with, when I walk into the room, I am going to hold my head high because I know my worth. Small things, but when you practice these small things, I promise you, it ends up building the image of who you are in a bigger sense to you, because you can't feel like an imposter, because it's like, I'm literally channeling this energy throughout my entire day. And I've been doing this for days, now for weeks. And as that continues, I am now that person. How does the version of you dress like? How do they talk like? How do they act like? Do they party out with their friends every single day? Do they stay up late and ignore the fact that they need a full hours of sleep to feel their best? Don't forget, you're also attached to a human body, and this thing, it has needs. It has physical needs that you need to maintain to make sure that you have like the optimal energy levels to even fire and go. And once that's done, we go in number 3. And that's to start being conscious of your relationship with your environment. And when I say environment, I really mean it all. I mean your friends, your family, the items around you. Because what happens is, like, you know, when you go on a trip or something and you're like, I feel brand new, and all this happens, it's because you literally have a relationship with your bed, with your alarm clock, because every single time you pass by them, you normally have a routine, right? So you might get used to every time you go into your car, you turn the radio on or you play some music, and it becomes automatic. You have a pattern and a habit, and it's already like ingrained in your mind. So these are the things that you want to start checking for and becoming conscious of today, tomorrow. Start becoming aware of this. So for example, the relationship you might have with your bed is, I scroll at night, I spend all night scrolling, and I don't make my bed in the morning. But the new version of you does, because the new version of you has their shit together. So now you need to change that relationship with your bed. You need to be like, okay, I'm going to bed, and usually my first thought is to grab my phone and start scrolling, but I'm not gonna do that. We're cutting that there. Okay? And in the morning when I get up, I usually just dip and I leave, but not anymore. Now I make my bed every single morning. That's the first thing I get to check off, and I feel good. I feel good leaving the house. So you're gonna need to start becoming conscious of the things in your environment that are either empowering this new you, or it is pulling you back to the old version of you. Your phone, social media, the people that you follow, or even how much time you spend on it. Maybe the new version of you that you know has no time for this, and they have social media deleted during the week. So if that's what they do, that's what you do, because you are them, they are you. That is it. There's no more separation. You need to let go of the fact that, like, oh, this is the new me. Yes, this is a new you, but this is the current you now. Starting now, this is the current you. And as you are evolving into this version of yourself, the people around you may not realize you decided to go onto this journey, but not everyone else has, right? They don't know that you're going down this path. So you need to be prepared, because they're going to look at you like the other version of you that, you know, is up for going out at like 11 p.m. because they don't care about what time they go to bed. The part of you that's up to spend all of their money because they don't have no financial goals and they're not looking to start investing or saving up, right? So everyone around you is used to this version of you that you've been. And you need to introduce them now to the new version of you that you are. And that includes setting boundaries. That includes clear communication. Because you can't be like, that's so crazy, they're not respecting it, when it's like, have you told them? Like, maybe call up your family and be like, hey, from this time to this time, I'm gonna be working, so let's start having calls later in the day or early in the morning. Start to prepare yourself for the obstacles that are coming your way. Because if you decide, hey, today is a day I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do all these things, and then your friend calls you to go out drinking and spend the whole day, and then your weekend is gone and you had no time to work on your things, and you're gonna be like, oh man, that friend sucks. And you know what? That friend may suck, but that friend might not suck, and they just are unaware of all of the new goals that you've now set for yourself. So you want to communicate this to the people around you. Hey guys, I'm no longer doing X, Y, and Z. Hey guys, I'm doing this challenge, or I'm starting this new path, right? You want to communicate that clearly, because if not, what you are literally doing is you are just like, in a way, you're setting yourself up for failure, because then when someone calls you, you're gonna be like, I am so surprised. I did not see this coming. When it's like, how did you not? This has been your cycle for years. No one, who was gonna think that it was broken now? No, it is your duty and your responsibility to make it clear to your environment that you are now on a new path, and that needs to be respected. And if it's not aligned with some people, then they might start slowly drifting, or you guys might start doing your own thing for a while. but you are loyal. You are loyal and devoted to this new version of you that you're becoming more than you are to any of the old habits that you have, because you have a clear why. You have a clear why. Like, can you feel the energy? I want you guys to be like passionate about this person that you're becoming, because like everything that you want to do is dependent on this, is dependent on you being committed to who you want to be. Because if you're feeling called to do so, it is because there are things that you're meant to do. Do not let yourself down. Do not let your future self, like, that should be the number one person you're loyal to. Like, that's my boo thing. That is my love. That is like, that's me, you know, but it's like a version of me who like wants better for me than I even want for me. And I want good for me, you know? So, 4, which is the tools that you need on this journey. Again, like I said, don't feel like you have the weight of the world on you. There, at least once a week, if not more, I say my gratitude to the fact that we are born in a generation with technology where we have all these podcasts, books, internet to our disposal. This is the easiest time to have been born a human being. Please use it to your advantage. We have all of the resources in the world at our fingertips. So if you have an objective and a goal and you want to move towards it, I promise you someone has already done that. Read their book, listen to their podcast, be educated and see what tools they have used so you can do the same. And when I say tools, I do not only mean books and everything that I just mentioned. I also mean little ways of thinking that help you. So this can be like you buy yourself a piece of jewelry and you bought it to be like, this is the reminder that I have to myself of my objective and goals. So every time you look at it throughout the day, you are being reminded of this new path that you're on. This can be every single day in the morning, you write your top 3 things that you want to do. So you stay focused. Whatever little tools you can use to help you get from point A to point B, that is what you're looking for. You are not looking to change 20% by tomorrow. You are looking for the things that incrementally change you. Like 1%, whatever gets you closer to the goal. But again, in terms of tools, like the book of Atomic Habits gives you a bunch. Get yourself an accountability partner. Set alarms throughout the day on your phone. So that way it can just be like a little reminder, like, whoop, what am I doing? Am I on track? You know, whatever it is. Maybe it's creating a playlist. Oh, I like that. Maybe it's creating a playlist that's like whatever you want to title this new era of your life. And you play that on when you want to feel good, when you want to feel empowered and reminded of who the hell you are. And the main thing I want you to take out of this whole point of tools and resources is that you should not be tackling this alone. You should not feel like everything is based on my discipline and I have to, you know, be 100% all the time, because we are human beings and you are not going to be. Accept that you are human. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to be like, put yourself down for it. That is what it is. There are gonna be times where you fail. There are gonna be times where you don't live up to the expectations that you set for yourself. So instead of putting all of that pressure on you, sprinkle it out a little bit, okay? Put it in some tools to help keep you accountable, keep you sharp, and keep you set on your path. All of this work, of course, is gonna come down to you as a person and the effort you put in, but there are so many things at your disposal that can help keep you on track. So please use them. And 5, this one is use words and use thoughts that the new version of you, this reinvented 2.0 version of you, uses. And this personally is what I have seen and what I have felt can be the toughest change. So like the example that we said, when you walk past the mirror, you might be so used to being like, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, like, No, we don't do that anymore. We walk past the mirror and no matter how much it hurts for you to say it, be like, damn, girl, you look beautiful. Oh, that might hurt for you to do the first time. Might hurt the second. Gonna feel uncomfortable, right? Remember, no one needs to hear this except you. It might feel uncomfortable the first few times, but I kid you not, I have done this with so many things in my life. You can just reprogram your mind. You literally feed it what you want. Like now, it's literally tough for me to look at a mirror and not hype myself up. Is that because I'm a freaking goddess? possibly, but it is because I have done that so many times. It has become my default way of thinking. I have not allowed myself to entertain thoughts of like, oh, I'm so ugly, because whenever anything like that even like starts to pop up, I'm like, ugh, you mean you might not look the best right now, but you know you got it as soon as you start putting yourself together, right? But like, you are this, like, woo, no. Talk as someone who respects themselves, as someone who takes themselves seriously. If I take myself seriously, I'm not gonna degrade myself. I'm not gonna make jokes so other people laugh, or I'm putting myself down. Absolutely not. Because I'm constantly teaching me and everyone around me how to treat myself. And baby, I want you to know that it's highly. We are not playing games around here. Like, I can't spend all day talking bad about myself and then expect myself to be an absolute badass and do all of these things. Like, that doesn't match up. Right? What are the things that you constantly say to yourself day to day? Or how do you talk about yourself? Maybe it's not for you, it's not an appearance, but maybe for you, it has more to do with like, oh, but I'm never consistent with my goals. I'm never this, I'm never that. Like, yeah, you haven't been. We can acknowledge that. I feel you on that. But you can be whoever the hell you want. What do you mean? How many skills do you have now that you didn't have 5 years ago or 1 year ago or a few months ago, just because you decided you want to learn it? You decided you wanted to get better at it. We are constantly changing. It is human nature. It would be weird if you stayed the same, okay? Like, it's almost impossible for you to stay the same in the game of life. Understand that it is part of your nature to constantly be changing. The question you want to ask yourself is how much? How much do I want to level up? And in what direction am I changing in? But you're moving whether you like it or not. So start to catch your thoughts. But if you talk to yourself like you are nothing, like you are less than, like you don't deserve things, you're not worthy, you will never, ever believe that you are. It's the toughest thing to change, but I promise you, so many people have done it. You are not alone in the way that you feel. I felt that way. I'm sure you felt that way. I'm sure everyone in your life has felt that way. Okay, but this is just another obstacle, and just like other ones in your past that you've overcome, you're gonna overcome this one. And the more you start paying attention to the way that you talk to yourself and the way you think about yourself, the easier it's going to be like, oh, nope, we don't entertain that. And for you to start making these shifts. You don't need to take 10 steps forward right now. You need to take 1 step forward today, and then do that again tomorrow and the day after that, and continue on this path, because you promised yourself you were going to change, and you were going to make, you were going to like move towards your purpose. You told yourself that you were going to reinvent yourself, and that enough is enough. So keep that promise. If you like this video, please follow my channel, because I'm posting everything that has to do with self-development. I want to get us both to looking forward and moving in that direction. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next one.